Aloha and welcome to this module on application design. This is your introduction to the Meteor web application framework. It's a full stack framework, Mongo at the bottom level for the database, and the way we're teaching it, it's going to go all the way up to React on the front end. The last 3 weeks are really conceptually probably the most intense 3 weeks of the class. You started off learning about semantic UI right here. And last week, you learned about how to incorporate semantic UI into React. This week, you're going to learn how to incorporate both semantic UI and React into Meteor. In addition, just, for the icing on the cake, we're going to have a little introduction to MongoDB, which is the backend database. So there's a lot of learning going on right now, but it's tremendously fascinating and useful learning. I think you're going to really enjoy all the material this week. There is a fair amount of screencasts, okay? So a 30-minute introduction to web app frameworks. Very important if you've ever wondered what Ruby on Rails is or whatever. You can learn about that here. A very important half-hour screencast on the fundamentals of Meteor, the concepts you need to understand, publish and subscribe, collections, reactivity, etc. Also, another extremely important 20-minute screencast where you learn about the application structure for Meteor. How are files and directories laid out and why in a Meteor application? And then finally, I'm putting together this little page where when people run into problems with Meteor or NPM, I'm trying to provide some little helpful hints. Okay, so you want to go through all these screencasts, and then the experiences consist of a hello world. This is just getting the very basic Meteor app to work. If you have problems with this, you got to solve them because this is the most default, simplest possible Meteor app. And so if your environment isn't working for you with this, then you just got to solve it here. As always, if you run into problems, ask questions in the Slack news group. Go to Danny, go to me. We'll help you out. Then I want you to go through the React tutorial or the Meteor tutorial that's based upon React. This is a really good tutorial that the Meteor folks put together. Can't recommend it highly enough. Take your time. Don't just cut and paste the code without understanding or at least attempting to understand what's going on. If you don't understand, send a message to the Slack news group. After that, we're going to do a real fun thing, which is the Meteor Island Snow tutorial. Remember, you implemented Island Snow just as a semantic UI mockup. Then 2 weeks ago, then last week, you re-implemented that mockup using React, the React version library for semantic UI. This week, what you're going to do is convert it into a Meteor application. So you'll start off with a template called Meteor application template that looks like this. By the end of it, you're going to have a Meteor application that looks like your Island Snow template. Turns out that it's pretty straightforward to do, and it's, I think, a good way to kind of start to get more familiar with things, how things are laid out in Meteor and how Meteor and React play well together. Also very important to start getting comfortable with IntelliJ and ESLint and how that can really help you solve a lot of problems, avoid a lot of errors in your Meteor application development. For this particular experience, I do at the end of the thing have a 30 or 40 minute screencast where I walk through the development of it. If you wish, go ahead and watch this first. If you're feeling a little confused, you might want to study this, really think about it, and that might improve your learning. Okay, this is because I don't have good readings for this stuff that you can read beforehand. So unlike other WODs where I want you to try it yourself first, this time it might be just frustrating to try it yourself first. So go ahead and you can watch the video if you want. Okay, so that's this module. Try to get these experiences done as the due dates imply before the Tuesday because we're going to have a really fun in-class group WOD that is dependent upon you having finished this Island Snow experience prior to Tuesday. So enjoy yourself. Put in the hours this week. You will not regret it.